Hello boys and girls, it's Aunty Mimmi here. Today our fun little book is called Oscar Orange. Sounds great, doesn't it? If you're comfortable, let's begin. Oscar Orange was handsome, well dressed, intelligent, successful and fearless. Everyone liked him. He lived in a big house and should have been very happy. But he was not, and the reason for this was that he was terribly small. His friends said, "What does it matter if you're small? It doesn't make you any less handsome or clever." But Oscar secretly worried about his height and decided that before another year had passed, he would have grown 5 centimetres taller. He thought about it all the time and made secret plans. First, he tried eating more and drinking lots of milk. But although this made him stronger and perhaps a little fatter, he did not grow one tiny bit taller. His belt felt rather tight and uncomfortable, so he had to give up overeating. Then he had another brilliant idea. If he hung from a bough of an apple tree for an hour each day, he would be sure to stretch. Poor Oscar, he only became very red in the face and got large blisters on his hands. "I know," thought Oscar one evening while he was sitting at supper. "Plants grow well in manure. Why shouldn't I?" So early next morning, before anyone was about, he crept up to Mr. Rake's manure heap and carefully filled his shoes. "Now I'll really grow," he said. What a smell! Penelope Strawberry put her lace handkerchief over her nose as she hurried by. The Pea twins were nearly sick, and Alice Apple hurriedly climbed to the top of her tree as Oscar passed beneath her. Even the birds and insects avoided him. "Whatever does he think he's up to?" cried Patrick Bear, holding his breath as he tried to fish in a plastic bucket. In fact, all the garden gang agreed that he smelt horrid and wondered how they could tell him without hurting his feelings. "It's really too bad of him," they said. But they were even more alarmed when they saw what he did next. He filled a large watering can and began to pour the cold water all over himself. "Whatever are you doing?" they all shouted. "I'm growing," replied Oscar with a smile. But was he? Oscar stood dripping onto the floor as Mark Marrow brought out a ruler to measure him. And do you know, he had not grown one tiny bit. He burst into floods of tears and sat sobbing in the grass. How sad they all were to see him so upset. "You really don't need to be tall to be well liked and successful," said Peter Potato. "But if that's what you want, I suppose we can think of something. In fact, I have rather a good idea." As you know, Peter Potato was very good at making things, and away he went into his shed. Peter soon reappeared, carrying a pair of very special shoes. They were big and black and shiny. Oscar put them on and smartly strutted across the garden. Everyone cheered and felt pleased as they saw his happy, smiling face. At last, his secret wish had been granted. He had become 5 centimetres taller. Well, that was a fun little book today, wasn't it, boys and girls? I do hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. As always, I want you to be kind to one another, look after one another, and try and have some fun every single day. Until next time, bye-bye.